Under the Bodhi Tree, The Story of the Buddha, by Deborah Hopkinson, illustrations by Kaylee Whitman, read by Ashley Eckerd. In a long ago time and a faraway place, a baby boy was born. His name was Prince Siddhartha. Before his birth, his mother dreamed of a beautiful white elephant. The wise men said it was a sign the baby would be special. And he was, just like babies then, and now, and everywhere, and just like you. The baby grew to be a kind and gentle child. Once he found a wounded swan and nursed it back to health so it could soar across the sky again. The little prince wanted to spread his wings too, but his father said, "You must stay here, away from the world, where I can keep you safe from any pain or sorrow." And so Siddhartha grew up behind the garden walls of a rich and splendid palace. He had new, fine clothes, a grand white horse, the softest rice to eat. But like children then and now and everywhere, and just like you, he longed to discover the world. At last, when Siddhartha was a young man, his father let him visit the great city. The king ordered the mayor, "Hold a festival in the market with flowers, song, and dance. My son must see only happy sights." But of course the prince was curious and wandered off to explore. And that is how he first came to see hardship, pain, and suffering. First, he gave a sip of water to a person lying sick with fever. Next, he helped an old man with an aching, crooked back cross the road. Then he bowed his head to share a grieving family's sorrow. Siddhartha's heart felt heavy and his own eyes filled with tears. He could not stop wondering, how can I help others? "You can do much good as a prince," the king told his troubled son. Siddhartha shook his head. "Even the wisest ruler cannot stop sickness, old age, and death," he said. "I want to find a way to help people live in ease and peace." And so, like seekers then, and now, and everywhere, the prince set off to find his way, just as you may do someday. At first, Siddhartha looked to others for answers. He journeyed far and long and followed many different paths, but he still felt lost, like a little ship in a stormy sea, tossed by wind and waves. One day, Siddhartha came upon the welcoming shade of a tall, majestic tree. His spirits rose, and he thought, "Perhaps the answer is inside me. I will stay in this pleasant grove until I find a way to peace, and then I can teach others too." So Siddhartha crossed his legs in quiet meditation. Many days passed, raindrops fell, and cool breezes blew, sun beat down. And still Siddhartha sat, sheltered by the rustling, heart-shaped leaves of the old and lovely tree. Once, a woman named Sujata passed by and thought, "He looks weak and hungry." She brought him sweetened milk and rice. She smiled and said, "Please accept this gift. If you are hungry, you should eat." Siddhartha tipped back the bowl to taste the delicious treat. The rice and milk was warm and sweet. "Thank you for your kindness," he said. On that clear, brilliant night, waves still rippled the surface of his mind. But now the prince just let his fears and worries come and go, and kept on breathing mindfully, in and out, deep and slow. Soon even the sighing, heart-shaped leaves grew still, as serene as Siddhartha's mind. And then, just before dawn, he looked up. In the eastern sky, a bright planet appeared, the morning star. At that moment, like the swan so long ago, Siddhartha felt himself soar, aware, free, and fully alive. His worries fell away, and he saw clearly that all things fit together, big and small, hard and easy, joyful and sad, all part of one wondrous world. In a time long ago, in a place far away, a baby boy was born. His name was Prince Siddhartha. Today we call him the Buddha, the Awakened One. Buddha did not stay alone under the heart-shaped leaves of the sacred Bodhi tree. Instead, he rose and went into the world to show the way of peace to others. Then and now and everywhere, and yes, of course, to you and me. The end.